All right, welcome back, everyone. Check this out. This is Pastor Quinnzhahn Barnes, and he's amazing, okay? He's going to be in the key of E flat, I believe. I love this song, you know. This is what I was raised on. This guy's amazing. Check out his channel, y'all. I think it's in the key E flat. Right now. That I can tell my troubles. Yeah, he sounds good, right? Yeah, he's blazing. This guy's the truth, guys. This is gospel. And he's playing, he's feeling this. He's ministering right now. You can tell the anointing is moving. Yeah, I love that. Woo. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you guys got to check out his channel. I mean, it's just amazing. I love his voice. I love his playing. I love his heart. I love his spirit. I love his ministry. This guy's blazing. Ooh, that's nice. I love that turnaround right there. I'm going to do that. Yeah. That's amazing, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and break this down, okay? Let's break this down. Let's break this down. There's so much good content here. We're going to break this down. Alright, here we go. Alright, so what is he doing? First of all, this is I Know the Lord Will Make a Way. Again, that's Pastor Quinnzhahn Barnes. Check out his YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I think this gentleman may have passed away. God bless him and his family and everyone that was touched by his ministry. I just love this heart and I love this soul and I loved his approach to this song, so I wanted to break it down for you guys. Alright, so we're going to be in the key E flat major. We know E flat's 1, F is 2, G is 3, A flat's 4, B flat's 5, C is 6, D is 7, and then you got back to the 1, which is the E flat. Alright, so the song structure for this, it starts off on the 1, right? And again, when we're playing this style of song, the approach, you're going to use a lot of dominant chords. So E flat dominant 7th, I got my E flat and my bass. What I can do to give it that dominant 7th sound is play the flatted 7th of E flat. So that would be D flat. When I play that together with my E flat major chord, it gives me like an E flat dominant 7th, right? So it starts off on the 1. I know the Lord. Okay, I'm not a singer. So it starts off on the 1. I know the Lord, right? And then it goes down to the 6. And that 6 is going to be C. So you want to play that as a dominant 7th also, or as a dominant chord, all right? So the 1 goes from the 1, which is a dominant chord, to the 6, which is a dominant chord, right? To the 2, which is going to be a dominant chord, right? To the 5, which is going to be like a suspended chord, or you can play it a dominant, whatever you want to do, and then back to the 1, okay? So, first off, I'm starting off with this little pentatonic riff, right? So, G flat to G, B flat, C to E flat, alright? So that's like 3, 5, 6, 1. When I hit the 1, that's when I want to play my dominant chord, okay? Then they do like this little drop. I'm going to play it up here. It sounds a little bit better. Right? They're going to take this down chromatically to get to the 6, which is the dominant chord. So you're going to 1, you're going from the 1 to the 6 to the 2 to the 5 to the 1. So the 1 is E flat to the 6, which is going to be C dominant 7th or C dominant of some sort, to the 2, which is going to be F dominant 7th of some sort, to the 5, and you're going to make that like a suspended chord and go back to the 1. Alright, so I'm going to break that down for you slowly. So you have your pentatonic riff that we covered, right? I'm going to move this down chromatically. So E flat is going to go down to D, which is going to go down to D flat, and then I'm going to go to my C dominant 7th chord, or my C dominant chord, alright? So E flat major, D major, D flat major, C major. That's what I'm doing in my right hand, alright? So E flat, B flat, and G. Move that down to D, A, and G flat. Move that down to D flat, A flat, and F, and move that down to C, G, and E. That's my right hand. Alright, and you got to practice that. At the same time, my left hand is going to do E flat and D flat, and I'm going to move that down chromatically. So D and C to D flat and B, and then to C and B flat. So I'm just moving it all down chromatically. So all together. Okay, now you can play this C as a dominant 7th chord, but what I like to do is play a quarter chord off of it. D, G, and C, right? Sounds better, okay? So all together. Then when I go to my 2, remember we said the 2 is a dominant chord. Notice how I don't want to stick with dominant 7th, because I can change it. You can play it as a dominant 7th, which is F and E flat. Your left hand and your right hand's going to play an F major of some sort. You can do that, right? But what I like to do is make it like a dominant 13th chord. So I'm playing F and E flat in my left hand. My right hand, I'm thinking find the 6 of this chord that I'm on. I'm on F. Find the 6 of F major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is D, and play that as a minor, right? And that gives me that dominant 13th sound. So all together, 1. So all together, 1, chromatic down, right, to my C dominant 9th chord, right? Then I go to my 2, that F 13th chord, and then on my 5, you can either play B flat and A flat in your left hand, and A flat major is what I'm thinking in my right, so A flat, C, and E flat. And you can do that in any inversion, or you can play F minor in your right hand, F, A flat, and C. And then you go back to the 1. Alright? And this is kind of when I play it with this B flat, D, and A flat, and I play this C, F, and A flat in my right hand, together that forms like a B flat dominant 9th chord. So remember I said a lot of these old school songs, you get like that dominant sound. So again, from the top, you're on the 1, dominant, right? And then you're going to walk it down chromatically, right? Then I'm going to go to my 2, which is a dominant, the 13th sound, right? And then my 5, right? And then I'm back at the 1. And then you're going to do your famous 1, 3, 4, sharp 4, 1 over 5. Okay, so what was that? 1, that's the dominant chord we already learned, right? E flat, you can throw in the D flat if you like to make that a E flat dominant 7th by itself. Then you do your bass. Left hand's going to be on the root, which is E flat, and the flat at 7th, which is D flat, right? On the 3, you can play the same chord in your right hand, just go up to the 3, which is the G in the bass, right? Then you can go to the 4, play that as a dominant 7th. So that's A flat in your left hand. Right hand, I'm thinking play A flat, C, and E flat, but throwing that flat at 7th, right? And you don't have to play the A flat here because you're playing in the bass. And that sounds good. You can even throw in the 9th if you want it, which is B flat. So again, you have 1, 3, 4. Then you do sharp 4, which is going to be an A. This is real gospel, y'all. This is common in church. On the A, you're going to go up to an A diminished 7th, right? Which is A, C, E flat, and G flat. But I'm just playing it down here in this inversion because it's close. You know, good chord leading, I guess you could say, right? Voice leading. That's G flat, A, C, and E flat. And then you play your 1 over your 5, which is E flat, B flat, and G, right? And then you can do whatever you want, like the 4 major or 4 major, 4 being A flat, so A flat major, or the 2 is a minor, which is F minor. Okay, and your left hand can just play the B flat, or you can play the B flat and the A flat to make it kind of give you that dominant 7th sound, right? Or you can play the D with it and make it, like I said, the full dominant chord, and then you're back at your 1. All right, so all together from the top, I know the Lord, chromatically down, right, to your 6, which is dominant, to your 2, which is dominant, to your 5, which is dominant, to your 1. Then you do 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, and you do it again really fast, which is 3, 4, sharp 4, 5. Right? Now, when you're on this 5, one thing I didn't cover is, we know you can do the 4 major over it, right? And you can do the 2 minor over it, which is F minor. Another thing you can do is create more tension in your right hand, right? You can play B flat, D, and F, right? And just make it a dominant 7th chord. But what I like to do is sharp that 5. So 1, 3, 5. Sharp that. And when I say 1, 3, 5, I'm talking about of the B flat chord, B flat major. 1, 3, 5. Sharp that or augment it, and then play it all together. And you can even change the inversions of this, right? Alright, it sounds good. Alright, so all together again from the top. 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5. You can do it again. This time I just walk the bass line down to it, right? So you got some options, however you want it to make it sound, right? 2. This time when I go to the 5, I'm going to play it as a regular dominant 7th chord. So B flat, D, and F with that B flat in my left hand, A flat in my left hand. Then I'm just going to take it up a half step to B dominant 7th. So anytime you're on the 5 on these old school songs, you can rock it and then go up a half step and rock it back down, right? And then I can walk it up. Alright, what was that? So you're on the 5, sharp 5, back to your 5. I'm going to go to the 6 as a dominant 7th, and then I'm going to move it up chromatically to the 1. So 6, right? Up, up, till I get to the 1. Alright, so 5, sharp 5, 5, 6, sharp 6. 7 until I get back to the 1. Alright, so I'm literally just taking this chord up chromatically. So I have C major in my right hand, C, E, and G. Left hand's playing C, E, and B flat. If you're more of a beginner, you don't have to play the E, just play the C and the B flat and take that up chromatically. So right hand's going to go up to D flat major, to D major, to E flat major. So C, E, and G, D flat, F, and A flat, D, G flat, and A, to E flat, G, and B flat. Alright, so the right hand, that's the right hand. Left hand's gonna do C, E, and B flat, right? And then I'm doing D flat, F, and B, right? Then I'm going D flat, G flat, and C, And then the last one is E flat, G, and D flat. Okay, and that takes you back to the 1. Alright, so that's that nice walk up. So you're on the 5, sharp 5, then you go to the 4, sharp 4. We already covered that. Alright, so what did I do there? I'm just playing around. I'm just doing different movements and feels that you can do on the 1. Alright, and I have a whole course on this, guys. It's called Congregational Keys Complete. And it's a huge bundle that covers a lot of the old school movements and things like that for each part of the song. Stuff you can do on the 1, things you can do on the 4, things you can do on the 5 to keep the song interesting. Ways to get to and from the 1 to the 4, to get back from the 4 to the 1, to do like the 7, 3, 6 and different routes you can take with the bass player or without. So make sure you check out at kmtcpro.com. I'll drop the link in the description box for you guys too. Alright, anyways, so on the 1, alright, so on the 1, all I'm doing is playing in my right hand, E flat major twice, right? Then I go up to the 4, which is A flat major. So what am I doing? E flat twice, A flat once. Then I'm playing that G flat major, right? In its first inversion. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it. And I'm just bouncing my left hand on the E flat and the D flat. Now when I play the E flat, you can just play it straight, or what you can do is go a half step below that 5th, okay, which is the A. So I'm just really playing the A and B flat at the same time and lifting my finger up off the A really fast. That's all I'm doing. Then when it's time to go to the 4, I can use this B major as a transition chord, right? So that's B, E flat, and G flat. And then I take them to the 4. And then you go to the sharp 4, and we already know that. 5, 6, 2, 5, 1. Alright? So anyways, when you get to that 4, right? So you're doing... I use that to transition, what we just talked about, right? Then when I go to the 4, so there's a churchy move you can do on the 4, and that is like your 1, which is play that as a minor chord. So E flat minor is what I'm thinking. So E flat, G flat, and B flat, and I'm rocking between the 1 minor and the 2 minor, which is F minor. 1 minor, 2 minor, F. All right, and it sounds real churchy when you do it fast together. So you're on the 1, transition to the 4, then you go to the sharp 4, diminished 7th. So what is that? That's an A diminished 7th again. A, C, E flat, and G flat. And I'm just playing different inversions. And then I'm on the 1 over the 5 to the 6, all right, to the 2, to the 5, 1. Now what you heard at the end of the song, he did a nice little vamp when he was on the 1 over the 5 to the 6. And instead of going to the normal 2 to the 5 to the 1, what he did was the 1 major over the 5. So E flat major over B flat. So he did 1 over 5, E flat major over the B flat. Then he went to the 6, but then he did a 2. It was a really nice turnaround. That's what he did. And then finally he did the 6 to the 2 to the 5 to the 1. Alright, and then back to the 1. I like to end on a 13th sound. It sounds really good. And the 13th sound is E flat rather, and D flat. You can throw in the G if you like. And then in your right hand, I'm thinking play the 6 as a minor chord. Okay. And this is kind of like hinting at polychords. I'll have a course on that as well. But again, you want to check out my Focus Fundamentals course. And then, guys, you got to get a hold of this Congregational Keys Complete, because I cover all these old school movements in there. Chords and everything, traditional movements. You'll love it. All right, so anyways, back to that vamp. 5/6 to the 6th dominant. We already covered that. Now here's the new part. He's walking it up from the 2 to the 5, 6, 2 to the 5. So what is that walk up? Is 2, 3, 4, sharp 4, 5, or 2, 2, 3, 4. I really like the 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, sharp 5, 5. Okay, so that's what you're doing on the left hand. I'll keep it that way. So F, G, A flat, B, B flat, and I'm using that to really approach this 5, because I'm trying to get back to the 5 in the left hand with the 1 major over it. So what am I doing on the 2? I'm playing this 4 as a minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. So A flat minor, A flat, B, and E flat. So then I'm playing that on the 2. On the 3, I'm playing the 1 as a major, which is E flat major. On the 4, I'm playing that 4 as a minor again. Play that 4 as a minor again over the sharp 5, and then you're going to the 5. Okay, so that's what he's doing to turn it around at the end of the song. And then he just goes to the regular 6, 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5, right? And then you're back at the 1, which I told you I like to play it as a 13. Sounds pretty bluesy. All right, so I hope this is a blessing to you guys. Make sure you practice this. Make sure you study this and get these concepts down. You know, relate everything back to the number system so you can transpose it to other keys, and that way you can throw it in other songs that have a similar old school feel. But if you really want to master these concepts, make sure you go to kmtcpro.com. Check out the Focus Fundamentals course, and definitely check out the Congregational Keys Complete course, and that's actually a bundle. So in that, you're going to get a ton of great information for a really, really, really low price. All right, I hope this is a blessing to you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye.